This is Sheni, the second reading of our weekly Torah portion of Shemot, or Shemos, Exodus. We started the book of Exodus. And the second reading, the second reading is chapter 1, verses 18 through chapter 2, verse 10. It's 15 verses. Starting with verse 18. ויקרא מלך מצרים למילדות ויאמר להן מדוע עשיתן הדבר הזה ותחיינה את הילדים. So the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and said to them, Why have you done this thing, that you have enabled the boys to live? ותאמרנה המילדות אל פרעה כי לא כנשים המצריות העבריות כי חיות הנה בטרם תבוא עליהן המילדת וילדו. And the midwives said to Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are skilled as midwives. When the midwife has not yet come to them, they have already given birth. Vayitav Elohim lamiyaldot vayarev ha'am vayatzmu me'od. God benefited the midwives, and the people multiplied and became very strong. ויהי כי יראו המילדות את האלוהים ויעש להם בתים. Now it took place when the midwives feared God, he made houses for them. ויצב פרעה לכל עמו לאמור כל הבן הילוד היאורה תשליכוהו כל הבת תחיון. Okay. And Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, Every son who is boy you shall cast into the Nile, and every daughter you shall allow to live. Okay, now we're in chapter 2. Vayelech ish mi beit Levi vayikach et bat Levi. A man of the house of Levi went and married a daughter of Levi. ותהר האישה ותלד בן ותראה אותו כי טוב הוא ותצפנהו 3 ירחים. The woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw him that he was good, she hid him for 3 months. ולא יכלה עוד להצפינו ותיקח לו תיבת גומה ותחמרה וחמר וזפת ותשם בה את הילד ותשם בסוף על שפת היאור. When she could no longer hide him, she took him for him a reed basket, smeared it with clay and pitch. Placed the child into it and put it into the marsh at the Nile's edge. Vatetzav achoto merachok ledea ma yaseh lo. And his sister stood from afar to know what would be done to him. ותרד בת פרעה לרחוץ על היאור, ונערותיה הולכות על יד היאור, ותראה את התיבה, ובתוך הסוף ותשלח את המסע amata batikacheha. Pharaoh's daughter went down to bathe to the Nile, and her maidens were walking along the Nile, and she saw the basket in the midst of the marsh. And she sent her maidservant, and she took it. Vatiftach בת יראהו את הילד, והנה נער בוכה, ותחמול עליו, ותאמר מילדי העברים זה. She opened it, and she saw him, she saw the child, and behold, he was a weeping lad, and she had compassion on him. And she said, This is one of the children of the Hebrews. ותאמר אחותו אל בת פרעה, האלך וקראתי לך אישה מנקת מן העבריות, ותעניק לך את הילד. His sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call for you a wet nurse from the Hebrew women, so that she can nurse the child for you? ותאמר לה בת פרעה לכי, ותלך על מה, ותקרא את אם הילד. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. So the girl went and called the child's mother. ותאמר לה בת פרעה הלכי את הילד הזה, והעניקו לי, ואני אתן את שכרך, ותיקח האישה הילד, ותניקהו. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Take this child and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages. So the woman took the child and nursed him. ויגדל הילד, ותביאהו לבת פרעה, ויהי לה לבן, ותקרא שמו משה. ותאמר כי מן המים משיתיהו. The child grew up, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became like her son. She named him Moses, and she said, For I drew him from the water.